Hey guys, what's going on? I'm excited to talk about Jeff Zananiri's Gamma Code, which is a premium new service that Jeff just released, and it is looking really awesome so far. So I'm starting to write a review. I got access probably a week ago now, and I'm starting to write a review on this. So I'll leave a link in the description below. It'll take you to this article right here. This is the Gamma Code review. I'm going to keep updating it because I really think this is one of the most exciting services I've seen for a long time. And the reason for that is twofold. The first one is that if you look at Jeff Zananiri, he's one of the most convincing gurus, I hate that word, but gurus out there, who basically has a background in the investment banking industry in Wall Street. So he really is somebody who has a lot of authority in the niche, especially when it comes to big money and money flows. And you guys probably see me talk about, or maybe you're even a member of Monthly Money Flows, which is his low-end service, so you'll be able to find a link to that right here. That one's only $49 a year, and it's one trade a month. This Gamma Code is multiple trades a week, and it is much more expensive, but so far I've been really impressed with the picks and the track record. We're going to go through his latest pick. We're going to go through his track record. He's got that published as well. And we're going to go through roughly what this is all about, because the concept is really quite interesting just by itself. First, let's start with the background though. So Jeff started at Bear Stearns and worked with Alan Ace Greenberg, so he definitely is, one of the most convincing gurus out there in terms of his track record. He has a couple of big claims to fame. First of all, he's been trading for 3 decades now, which is crazy. But get this, he was part of an elite team that turned 5.1 million in seed money at his, I think it was called Pan Capital, his hedge fund, and he turned it into $700 million without a losing quarter in an entire decade, which is just phenomenal. I mean, that's the sort of person you want to be following, right? And so he also has a claim, which I only heard yesterday, and I didn't realize that this glitch trade that we're going to talk about was kind of at the heart of this massive increase in capital from 5 million to 700 million. He found a glitch, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit more detail because it's at the heart of Gamma Code, his premium service. So I interviewed Jeff just the other day. He was really interesting to talk to, and he told his story, so I'll leave a link in the description. You can go and check that out as well. I think I might have put that in this review article. Yeah, here we go. So I guess you can find it in the Gamma Code review article here, where he actually talks in his own words about what his background is, and you can tell the guy's legit, and it's definitely a really interesting interview. So definitely check that out. I'll make sure that you guys can get that on this article right here. So let's start talking about Gamma Code. So Gamma actually, I thought he was talking about, because it's an options trading service, I thought he was talking about Gamma, the Greek. But it's an acronym, so it's quite a smart way to do it. So Gamma, this one here, so you can see Gamma down the left here, it's glitch and market mispricing algorithm. So what he's done is he's actually come up with an algorithm which can find big discrepancies or mispricings between an underlying stock and particular options in the options chain. And we'll talk about that in a little bit more detail. But one of the claims that I just recently found out about is he made $1 million in just 30 minutes using this market mispricing algorithm, which is absolutely insane. Now, obviously, he was using a lot of capital for this, and there's no way that, you or I or anybody else that's watching this is going to be able to make $1 million in 30 minutes using Gamma Code, and that's not what I'm trying to say. But this was the best trade of his life, and obviously with his hedge fund he was using a lot of capital to do it. But $1 million in 30 minutes is still astounding, even if you have access to many, many millions of dollars in capital. So the Gamma Code, the heart of it is this market mispricing and being able to spot these basically pricing errors in certain options. Now that's really hard to do by hand, so he's had, I think, 11 programmers working around the clock to build this algorithm to spot these things. And so the reason this works is there was a rapid growth in options trading over the last decade. 10 years ago when I first started trading, there really wasn't much options trading. It was kind of more niche. Like, most people were trading penny stocks if they wanted big gains. But obviously over the last decade that's changed significantly, and now everybody's basically trading options. It's so popular it's ridiculous. So this crazy increase in trading volume in options has basically led to complete changes in the way that Wall Street market makers handle this volume, right? So they use AIs and algos to calculate the quotes, to complete transactions, to complete those transactions, and there's so many of them that there's going to be errors and mispricing and quick corrections. And so in other words, this is price glitches in the options prices compared to the underlying that can lead to these massive rapid price rebounds. And Jeff Zananiri has this program which can basically spot these misprices before you get that rapid price rebound, so you can get situated in the options to make sure you capitalize on that. So that's a very high level overview. And he's used this to identify glitches that have led to gains, so rebounds basically, and we're going to look at some of those. Gains of 75%, 127%, even 338% in 24 hours or less. And that's important. These are generally short-term swing trades. So generally these moves are happening, these rebounds from these pricing glitches are happening within 24 hours. Sometimes a little bit longer, but basically they're happening a lot. And when they do happen, usually the price is rebounding in 24 hours. And we're going to go through one of the most recent trades that he just closed, so I'm able to go through it. I don't like to give trades away that are open, so whenever one comes out, I'm going to try and do a video like this showing the trade so you guys can see that this actually works, and it works really, really well. So he did actually publish a track record, so 24-hour glitch trade track record. That's this gamma code basically, and you get many of these a week. So you can see here, and it's not clear exactly where this track record comes from because the service is so new. There hasn't been 335 picks, so he must be using his own trades to put this in. So basically you can see that the max average return is basically 129.74%, which is actually fairly in line with the move that I just saw on the most recent one. So it's definitely, you can definitely make some big percentage gains here. 1.4% for the lowest return. The highest max return, the highest return ever was 2,000%, which is good. Winning trades was 304 out of 335, so that's a huge 90% win rate. Now this is kind of what you'd expect, right? From if you've really found a glitch in the options pricing with Wall Street, and you've written a really good code and you've had 30 years of experience doing this, and it all comes together, you'd expect there to be a really high win rate, which there is, 90%. So you can also see here that the winning trades were half of the trades were winning above 50% profits on the trade. So that's pretty nice. So overall, like, this is a decent track record. Obviously it's not verified, and one of the problems that I do have is in the dashboard. This is the dashboard. We're going to go through this trade in a bit. But basically in the dashboard there isn't a nice spreadsheet that shows every trade and how it worked and everything. That's definitely some improvement they could do, because at the moment you basically just have to go on the fact that they've published this little table, and of course this is this is hard to verify if this is true, which I assume it is, because after talking to Jeff and looking at his programs and also looking at his most recent trade, I have to just assume this is true. But there's no real ongoing track record that you can see inside the dashboard. All the trades are listed, but there's no actual summary in terms of here's this trade, we got it at this price, we got it at that price. He does do some live trading, and there's a chat room included in Gamma Code, so there is some help there, but there's not actually, I'm saying, there's no table of results, which is a little bit annoying, because I'd like to be able to show you guys, here's the price you got in at, here's the price you got out at, and go through it like that. So you get these alerts though via email and also SMS as well. But a lot of it you're left to do by yourself, so you have to be able to, do this. There is an Options 101 course, so if you're new to options, you can learn all the basics there. But this is very easy. Basically, you just have to be able to buy calls on these. So let's look at a 24-hour glitch trade. This is the most recent one. It's ZTO, so he said this is a Chinese logistics play. And the plan to boost China's economy will surely benefit stocks like ZTO. But this came up on his Gamma scanner that there was a glitch. So technically Gamma picked up the glitch yesterday, as you can see below, in early trading on the options, which went from 0.8 to a close of 2.25 today. So the option doesn't expire until 10/18/24, so this Gamma glitch can be used for a longer swing trade than is typical. But I looked at and I'm going to show you these results, I looked at the historical options pricing for this, it was just the other day, and you can actually see that the 24-hour move happened very quickly, and within 24 hours this had doubled in value, which is really, really cool. So the nice thing is, when you get these alerts, you get a full game plan, so you don't just get a couple of things, you get this AI looking generated thing, which I'll show you right here. So this is ZTO, and so at the top of the page he gives you the ticker obviously, and then the expiration date and strike price of the call. So this is the 18th of October strike, with $25 being the strike price for calls. The confidence score, the higher that is, the more appealing the trade will be. But honestly, they're all somewhere between 65 and 80% on the confidence score. When it's puts, you actually want the confidence score a bit lower, and he explains that in his introduction video as well. So very easy to understand and read here. It gives you some of the key attributes here, so you can see like open interest, all-time breakout, within level range, hot sector, tight spread. So you can use some of that, but honestly, I've not found that to be that useful, right? Because I just basically want to take this trade. I can go through all this and read about what the technical and fundamental signs are. He does give a moderate risk level for this one, and so he has a risk scale of 1 to 6 or 1 to 8 or something. And so he has the support lines in there and the resistance levels. So you can see that it really does have like all the information you need here. So it even gives you like a model portfolio if you're using this much. You know, you can buy 12 contracts, and entry price range anywhere from 1 to 1.3. Target exit is 2. So let's have a look and see how these contracts actually did. So if we look, this was alerted on the 1st of October. And so what I did is I pulled up my options chain, previous options chain here. So if you guys don't know this site, it can be pretty useful. It's called Optionistics. And so you can see here I pulled up the exact options, the 18th of October, $25 calls for this. And go over here, zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it. So this day right here was the 1st of October, and you can see overnight we went from just over 1 all the way up to 2.2. 100% gain overnight on these, which is just amazing. And this is in line with what the gamma code is supposed to produce. So this was really nice. So to prepare for this video, I actually went through and watched the official live stream that was recorded, and then went through and screenshotted quite a few of the things because I don't have a link to show you guys. So what I did is I just went through and I screenshotted some of this stuff was from that presentation. So the basic idea is you have these glitches. His algorithms can spot the glitches really well, and basically just looking through some of the stuff here. So he showed a bunch of examples like that one that I just showed you, that his ETO was a real live trade, though these are ones that weren't alerted as far as I know. I think they were more his own trades. And this one also did 100% Oracle glitch in 24 hours, which is pretty cool. WFC glitch did the same thing, so it wasn't making any sense. And that's one thing he talks about. I think there's a slide in here somewhere, I'll see if we can find it. He talks about how you'll often see like this one for Uber. Hopefully you guys can see this. The stock will be going sideways or even up, and the options price for the calls are actually going down. So his program finds that discrepancy and says, wait a minute. And there's obviously, it's very complicated. He does show the code that it does it, but he blurs out some of it, so you can't just copy it and jokes that China will rip him off and use the code if he was to release it. I have no reason to believe that he's not telling the truth about that. I took some screenshots as well here. So here's the code. So I'm not going to zoom in or anything, but a lot of it's blurred out anyway. But there is actually real code behind this. He really is using an algo to do this. And it's interesting because it's a conventional algorithm combined with AI, which really has helped him take advantage of these market glitches or misfires. Pretty interesting. So he did make a career out of deploying these methods to exploit Wall Street's weaknesses, and that's how he was able to make this $1 million in 30 minutes. It was how he was able to turn 5 million into 700 million in a decade without actually losing a single quarter, which is really cool. So yeah, I just took some other pictures of this. If I can get access to the video sales letter for this, I'll let you guys know, and I'll put a link in the full review. So at the moment, what I'm going to do is every time a trade comes out, I'm going to try and take it, and then I'm going to alert you guys once it finishes. Obviously, I'm not going to give it away for free. Once it finishes, I'm going to send out or do a video, maybe send out an email showing you guys what happened. But basically, you get gamma alerts Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays around 9:45 Eastern time, and there's typically 1 to 3 ideas, and often he'll put in like a call that's showing a glitch, and then a put option that's also showing a glitch as well. So you know, you can choose or do both of them if you want to. So yeah, make sure you check out the video. In this interview, we talk about monthly money flows, which is that $49 a year one. But Jeff goes on to talk about Gamma Code. He's really excited about it. And you can tell from the interview that he's really passionate about this new program because it really shows, like, if you have a 90% win rate and you're making 100% winners, 50%, 100%, 150% winners, this is a very profitable system, and it's really where his passion lies. You can tell he likes to, even though he was part of Wall Street, he likes to kind of stick it to Wall Street, because he was one of them, and now he's kind of like this rogue trader that started his own stuff, mainly because he wanted freedom from the rat race, I guess, because he makes a lot of money on Wall Street. It's big industry, but you're also under a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. So he told me that in this interview that was one of the reasons he now runs a service like this, because people always say, like, oh, if he's such a great hedge fund trader, why is he running a service? Well, he outlines that in the interview that I had with him, which again, check the link in the description below. It'll take you to this full review, and this will expand over the next few weeks and months as I start to take some of these trades and report the results in here. So you can learn everything you need to know in here, and hopefully that'll be helpful. Alright guys, that'll do it for today. I'll talk to you guys soon.